The meaning of the movie author Orpheus to read for minutes published 3.04. 2022 updated 3.04. 2022, The Master and Margarita, is a 1994 feature film based on Bulgakov's book of the same name. The novel has several film adaptations, including in the form of TV series, but this article will focus specifically on one of the first films made after the ban on the novel was lifted. The story unfolding in The Master and Margarita is multifaceted and difficult to comprehend even when reading it. In order to simplify the process of understanding the main idea of the film, the director divides it into component parts, showing the story of Yeshua and Pilate, the heroes of the novel written by the Master, in the context of stories and dialogues of other characters, so that two different but related novels do not overlap. The choice of such a composition is generally correct, as it simplifies the perception of the ideological component. Many scenes in this adaptation are missing, because of which the viewer may have a sense of understatement and misunderstanding of the meaning of the last scenes of the film. To understand what is the meaning of the ending of The Master and Margarita, we must take into account that this is a novel within a novel, and the parts with Pontius Pilate and Yeshua must be perceived and analyzed separately from the story of the Master and Margarita, as well as the retinue of Woland, rampaging in Moscow. In order to understand the author's idea, the movie shows the most vivid and important scenes that allow us to understand what connections exist between the characters and why they come to such a finale, solving their inner conflicts. At the very end of the movie there is a ball to which all the devil's nobility rush. Margarita is invited to it as a queen. She does this in order for Woland to fulfill her deepest wish, to be near the Master and read his burnt manuscript again. The woman goes through all these trials for the sake of love and her bright feelings for her lover, for whose sake she is ready to go to any atrocities. When the ball ends, Margarita gets what she wants, the Master appears before her and Woland returns the manuscript to them. The Master and Margarita, in Levi's view, deserve not light but peace. It is the logical ending to their story, in hiding for most of their lives, deprived of the opportunity to create and love openly. It is rest that they deserve. The tranquil existence they so desperately sought. The Master, deprived of the opportunity to publish his novel, the theme of which in no way corresponded to the society in which the writer happened to live, finally receives a reader not only in the person of his beloved, but also in the person of Woland. The statement that manuscripts do not burn rather means that thoughts and ideas will never fade into oblivion, even if they are destroyed. Sooner or later they will come to someone else's mind. It can also be understood to mean that true masterpieces are never forgotten because they will always be relevant. The Master grants the hero of his novel, Pontius Pilate, his long-awaited freedom. He has been waiting for this moment for a long time, tormented by guilt over the murder of Yeshua, who was guilty only of thinking differently from others. But this was the main problem and the main conflict of both the Master's novel and The Master and Margarita, for both Yeshua and the Master were denied the opportunity to express their thoughts openly. It is just that the former was willing to die for it, while the latter chose to remain silent to preserve his life. We can condemn the Master for cowardice, but we should also realize that the era in which he happened to live and create was filled with arrests and broke the fates of creative intellectuals. Now Pilate, forgiven by Yeshua and gifted with the Master's freedom, can continue to talk about the meaning of life and truth, but this time he will have much more time to fully understand and accept his ideas. Woland himself and his entourage leave Moscow, noting that people are the same everywhere. Even in different epochs and different countries they are endowed with the same vices and similar desires. All that happened in the city during the short period of Satan's arrival will sooner or later be repeated again, because history is cyclical, and Woland is bored and looking for new participants of his ball.